Hi all, good evening. So today, day 5, boot camp, day 5. I think I got a lot of messages regarding the people telling like this information is very good. I know you are busy with your day-to-day work and all, but every day we are IT people. We are working in a fastest moving technology world. So we need at least 1 hour time to upskill ourselves. Then we don't need to fear about layoff and kind of thing, right? Yes, so that was the reason. Every day, 1.5 hour or 1 hour. That's it. Then you will become a better because you can see after if you invest your 3 months of time or 4 months of time for your career, you can see the miracle how your career like that. So there is a favorite. My favorite quote is like that. You need to disappear maybe 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year from the world, from the distracted world, and show them how you are powerful. So this kind of quote I'm always remember because the meaning of this one, if you get the 3 months or 6 months or 1 year time, you need to focus your goal. For example, if you want to upskill and get a high paid job, you can invest your 3 months or 6 months of time. Or if you want to start a business, you need to 1 year of time. But after that, what will happen? We all aggregated, we all the things we our hand, we already upskill it without distracting world, right? So that is very important in our next step because career as a it is fastest moving. So that is very important. I'm really happy because everyone in this group in the boot camp session join isn't really amazing for me because you are really chargeable in your life. So that was the reason you initially donate a few amount because I know I know 90 or 80% of people already keep donate me 49, but rest of them maybe I don't know. It's okay, no worries. So, if you're initiate, that means you are initiating something for your life. So, I think this course is very beneficial for you. Once we complete the 7 day, that means tomorrow also I will give a project overview. Then you will become an idea how you can utilize whatever I shared. This is kind of a roadmap for your next 4 or 6 months. Okay, then we can start our today's session. Today, day 5. Day 5, we will focus on the data warehouse design. Okay, data warehouse design. Why this data warehouse design is important? I will tell you. When you start, and if you are thinking about an architect level or your client given e-commerce website, for example, Flipkart, Amazon. Okay, these kind of website or because client requirement business are increasing every day. The business means they have a product they need to sell in a particular market or the sales department or something because for example like there are a lot of sites we can see in the world, for example Flipkart, Amazon, and Azure, different that kind of website is needed for if a business is growing. That is very important. So that was the reason the companies are hiring whoever know how to design a data warehouse, for example, e-commerce website well. So that is very important. So that will be the hint what I'm telling today. So we can start, right? Are you get an energy? Yes. So we can start. I will share my screen, then I will explain. So first, the day 5, what is data pipeline? So this will be the first concept we need to check. Data pipeline means simply words, whatever the things we need to process, we are arranging in a logical grouping. For example, you need to copy because one business, there was an entrepreneur, he already started his business 2 years back. He already stored 1 or 10 millions of data, his clients, sales, everything in a storage account. Okay, I will give you one kind of example, then you will get better understanding. So you can see my screen. Okay. So a client, for example, any Amazon client or a client. Okay. This is the client website. He has an already have a lot of data in his hand. So he's already putting a lot of effort to build these kind of things. And this contain, for example, data like um, sales data, okay, sales data, and different kinds of customer information. Okay, give me 1 minute. I will change this into. Okay, give me a minute. So first one is customer. Yep. So we have a company. So your company, you are working in the company as a developer, and okay. Okay, so this is your company. Okay, company. The entrepreneur comes into here, and he want to do sales data and customer details data. So everything already has a 2 years of data. Okay, 2 years of data means almost 10 million. 10 million data he's had. So his requirement is like he need to design a website, like a website, and store all the 10 million data here. We need to visualize the visualization. One tab is like an visualization, okay, like a bar graph. So this is kind of, and there's a chart also need how many sales will be done every year or sales is less. So these kind of information in the visualization chart. So one chart contain a prediction, okay, machine learning prediction, how many sales will increase in the next 2 years. So these kind of will be the another tab. And the third tab will be this is only for the admin. The third tab will be the customers orders, okay. This kind of site he want. But in the data pipeline means we are taking the first thing like the first one prediction, okay. Prediction, we need to take the data from databases like a copy activity, and once the copy activity is done, we need to filter if there is any duplicate value, and null check, okay, null check. So these are the things is very important as a data pipeline, data processing. This is called duplicate check. Okay, duplicate check. So this kind of logical grouping, because data we need to copy with a fresh environment. That is called data pipeline as a logical grouping of different things to complete a particular purpose. So I think you clear. Maybe I will save this one. I'm sharing with you. Then coming to here, so data pipeline means there is an automate process of moving data. So logical grouping, if you need to transfer the data, and such as data format, data structure, schemas, everything will be included in the data pipeline. Then ETL. In the ETL, you already know extract whatever the data sources client is given from. We need to extract data and we need to transform data. Already mentioned like duplicate check, null check, and if it is same again repeating, not duplicate like that, but the values are slowly changed, but they want only latest value. So these kind of scenarios we need to some kind of transformation we need to perform. Then we need to load the data into data warehouse or somewhere or storage account anywhere. Then we need to Power BI. Within the Power BI tool, we need to visualize. The visualization is very important because whatever the data is cleaning, we need to visualize in front of the client. Then only it will be powerful. Otherwise, how they can know we clean it or we remove all the things, right? Okay, null value. So that is important. So Power BI step is very important. Then process of designing a pipeline, data pipeline. In the data pipeline, we need to know about Data understanding. Which data is coming from source is very important. First step, choose the data sources because client will give some from the SAP, some from any other Oracle, some from any other DB. So first thing we need to know where the data is coming. Okay. Once we understand the data, we need to use the means source data we understand, then format, which format is available, like a CSV, Excel, Parquet, anything what we need to know. Determine the ingestion strategy, like incremental load, full load. This I will tell you, incremental load, whatever the data, latest data, only we need to pull. SCD 1, 2, I will discuss this one. Full load, whatever the data is available, completely every day it is loading as a fresh. Then design the data processing plan, set up storage for the output of pipeline, plan data for implementing the monitoring and governance work. These are the designing of the pipeline, data pipeline, efficient data pipeline. Then very important, what is the difference between important interview question also, types of data pipeline, batch data pipeline and real-time data pipeline. These are the two pipelines are available. I will give you two examples. The first thing will be when you start your journey, like you are watching in a company or you are working in a company, you are every month you are getting salary, right? So that is kind of a monthly once kind of issue because whatever the data, maybe a company contains thousand employees or 10,000 employees. So every month they will allocate a fixed amount of salary. That details we need to store into a database. That is a monthly, means batch by batch it is available. One other example I will tell you. So I'm giving a recorded video every day. Okay, every day I'm releasing 8 or 8:30 my recording video to you, bootcamp session. So this is like a fixed. Every day you know it will be 8, it will be coming at 8 p.m. or 8:30. A fixed time it will become. And the next one, I will tell you every day we need to load whatever the client data is loading. Every day we need to load, update whatever the day record is available to update it in the storage account. So that is kind of thing every day, hourly, weekly, monthly, and means daily. So these kind of, we know this time it will come, we don't need to process it before that. So that is called batch processing. Okay. Then the next one will be the real-time data processing. Real-time data processing means when you have data, but it is like a streaming. Okay. Uh, for example, Sunday, I already shared like a streaming, and tomorrow and day after tomorrow, I will also come into the stream, right? Like a live streaming. So that time there is an option. You are asking some questions in the chat box. I am teaching you. So these kind of things will be in the same mode. So whatever I am saying with maybe 1 second delay, you will be receiving, but there is not much. But the point is called the latency. If the latency is lowering, the quality of streaming is important. Okay, it depends on your networking, network speed, and all. So that is called real-time data pipeline. Whatever we are discussing, really transferring like a live stream. Then come into batch data processing. Batch data, I already mentioned batches. Same thing. It is also mentioned here. Example include the payroll, billing, frequency report. So these kind of things in the historical kind of thing. Then advantages of the batch data processing. First one will be the repeated jobs are done fast in the batch system without user index because every day we already configured it. It will be run with the help of triggers every day. Then best of the large organization for the but small organization can also benefit for it. Batch system can work offline so it makes less stress on processor. You can assign a specific time for the batch job. When the computer is idle, it start processing the batch job night or any time. For example, in the daytime, the already developers are working very fast, right? So when you apply this kind of batch system at the time, what will happen? It will be affecting our entire system. Means the frequency, everything will be affected. So that was the reason we can apply it in the night or free time because developers or testing teams will be go. You can use it based on your availability, and that time server will be free. So that is the meaning of the fourth point. The batch system can arrange and manage large repeated work easily. Then, coming into disadvantages of the batch data pipeline, it is hard to debug in the batch system. The batch systems are sometimes expensive. Okay, if some job takes too much of time, if for example, when you for example, I will tell you like client data loaded every day morning. If any of the job it will fail, it will affect the entire system. Okay, so that is the one of the disadvantages of the batch processing. So that time what we'll do every day, once the data is go into the production, we need to check any pipeline is done or anything is failed there. If it is failed, we find the root cause and fix it. So that will be the ultimate thing we can do for the batch data pipeline. Okay, then coming into the streaming. The streaming, the Kafka will be, we are using for the Kafka. Kafka streaming is very important because directly we are, whatever we are discussing, it will be directly reaching out to you. If you are need to send some messages or you need to talk about doubts and all, you can talk in the call itself. So that is called this Kafka, the importance of Kafka. The main feature of Kafka is scaling capability as well as the protection against the failures using the data replication. Then Kafka kind of thing. There's a producer, different producers are there. Kafka cluster, consumers also available. So these kind of Kafka structure, I will tell the stream analytics. We will definitely discuss how this kind of process and all, because we cannot imagine how fast data is coming. Because I am telling like these kind of thing already receiving you, because like streaming within millisecond, lot of data is transferring from my side to your side, right? So this is kind of thing definitely we will discuss. This is called the real-time data processing. The real-time processing is an continual input, constant data processing of incoming data from various data sources with a very short latency. A real-life example of real-time processing is when you travel from destination A to B using the Google map. Okay, so what will happen when you're traveling to A point to B point? For example, you're traveling from you are newly joined in a new company. It is I think 5 hours or 6 hours far from your current location. So what you did, you decide to take a cab or your taxi or your own vehicle and go and to join that particular new company. For a new day, you don't want to stay there. Then when you start your Google Map from your home, and it will be like a live streaming. When you reach some position, it will be alerting. Okay, it will be alerting. There are already there's a traffic. You are reaching. Your time is reducing the 4 hours, 3 hours, 1 hour. Then you reach like your destination is on the left or right. So these kind of direction you will get. Clear? So this is kind of a batch processing, not batch, real-time data processing. Batch is different. So this is the important concept of real time. Then the advantages of real time data processing: immediate updating of databases, immediate responses to user inquiries, up to date application, breakneck speed, accurate information, business agility, quick detection operational issues. So these are the under in the advantages of real time data processing. Then, popular real-time data processing tool, Apache Spark, Apache Kafka. This is very important. You note down. Azure Streamline. This we discuss. Definitely we will discuss, and I will show you the demo also. The Google Cloud Data Flow. These are the popular real-time data processing tools. Then real-time data processing architecture. Okay, if you think about how the real-time data architecture works, do you think about any time in your life, like is it important or how it will be processed like that? I think majority of the people think like how it will be possible, like in the world, it is really important, right? It is like a complex process also. How it will be easy to understand the real time. Then this is the time you can understand these things: real-time message ingestion, stream processing, analytical data store, analysis and reporting. For example, you are a gamer. Okay, Things like that. You are a gamer, you are the world class gamer in the India or any other country. Okay. So you have 1 million view subscribers in your YouTube channel. So you decided to take some game online, and it will be like a crazing other people. Okay. So you're thinking like that. So already Friday you said like I will give a stream, you announce in the YouTube. And what will happen? So you already at the same time the people are joining to watch your live and all. Then you have started your gaming, and suddenly you are winning at the first game, first session you win, and second session also you win. There are 10 sessions. After the third session also you win within less time. The audience is really important. Audience is really happy to see like this. They are very energetic at that time. Okay, they think like that they can give some bonus. They come congratulation notes for you. So these kind of things already you can see here, because they are clapping kind of emojis are there, your smiling kind of images are there, some kind of affirmations are there, someone gives some kind of bonus to do. These kind of things are going on. Okay, so you can see in the stream, you can see in the messages also, the people are really interacting. So when you see like the other same time, you will get more active. Okay, you will get more active, you will win on the all the stage. So this kind of application you think about, then you can come into this real-time data processing architecture. The real-time message ingestion, then stream processing, stream analytic data store analysis and reporting. So data sources mean here, if you are running these kind of thing, the data sources means the your audience is liking messages and emojis and the money. So anything you can see like in data sources. Then data storage, where you can store the data. That's a separate item, separate storage account we need to. If you want, you can use a storage account. Then ingestion, what will happen? These are the data, but we need to store all the live streaming. We need to look after 1 week or 2 weeks. You need to already, it will be uploaded in the YouTube itself. It is live streaming, but it's kind of a recording. So that is the reason data storage is important. Ingestion with the help of Event Hub, IoT Hub, Kafka. The streaming analytics. Here's no batch processing, only stream processing, stream analytics, Storm, Spark streaming, everything will be available. Analytical data store like SQL data warehouse, Spark SQL, HBase, not needed this one, but we can use analytical for Databricks. Then analytic and reporting for the Power BI. So this is kind of architecture for the real time. But if it is batch, you can see like this is kind of the data storage, then batch, then analytical Databricks, then means in the Databricks or Azure Synapse Analytics, then Power BI. Okay, so this will be the path. Now it will be the path like this. So this is kind of overall idea about the real-time data processing. I think hope you're clear. Then coming into, always remember the design rounds. Understand the need of business, because some of the rounds, like some of the company rounds, are very important. You need to know the business, ask the questions around the data, because you need to know which data sources, which format they are providing, frequency. Okay, when you work on the same company also, if you get a new project, you need to ask client to the data sources, file format, which is the frequency, the data they will load, attribute, key attribute, values we need, like key values. Then ingestion strategy, transformation type, SAD1, SAD2, these kind of thing. Destination, data validation, duplicate check is needed, design scalable pipeline, optimization, compute time, how many time they are expecting. Because once you develop the thing, they will ask, this system is already slow, we need fast system. So if you know about these kind of thing, what will happen in the design round itself, in the previous, in the before we starting this thing, you can check with the others, okay, others or Google, anywhere, then find this is the best solution. So this is also very important. Backfilling, replay mechanism, configurable job parameter, parallel dependency, alerting and monitoring. Some pipeline is failing, definitely they will ask them to, they need a kind of alerting mechanism, the pipeline, because once we develop these things, we deploy into the production. After, the end user will be the customer. So we need their exact requirement. Then only we can deliver the quality product. You clear, right? Yes. The unit testing, integrated testing. Then coming into one more thing I just want to know before we need to move into data warehouse design. So OL, AP and OLTP. Okay. So OL AP, analytical platform and transactional platform, online analytical platform versus online transactional platform. First one will be the characteristics operation response time. Characteristics means handle in the OLTP transaction large amount of data, handle large number of small transaction. Here handle large volume. OLAP means analytics platform like a data warehouse. So handle large volume of data with complex queries. Operation based on insert, update, delete command. But here it is based on the select command to aggregate data processing or reporting. Then response time is millisecond because it is more because it will handle less amount of time and less amount of data. But OLAP is not that case because large amount of data we already store. It will take some time to find the data and sort this. So that was the reason second, minute or hours depending on the amount of data we need to process. I think clear. Then coming into data update. Okay, short, fast update initiated by user. Data periodically refreshed with a scheduled long-running batch job. Then here database design, normalized database for the efficiency, denormalized data for the analysis. Then data lake. This is also very important. I will tell you. Data lake is a concept like a lake where the lake all the maybe lot of items will be there, the fish, everything, maybe some pollutants also there. Like in the data lake concept in the Azure also, anything we can dump data we need to dump into a portion is called the data lake. Same concept as the lake. The data lake is like a large container which is very similar to real lake and the rivers. Data lake is a storage repository that can store large amount of structured, semi-structured and unstructured data. It is a place to store every type of data. It is native format or any other thing, no fixed limit, etc. So that is the concept of data lake. So that is the important thing, data lake Gen 1 and Gen 2 in our Azure also. But previously it was used Gen 1, but now most of the people are moving to Azure Data Lake Gen 2 because it is providing the concept of blob plus hierarchical namespace. I will explain everything after this one. Okay, so that is very important. That is also important interview question, not it. Then data warehouse. Currently in the Azure, it is called as Synapse Analytics. Data warehouse is a unit store all kind of data into somewhere. So that is called data warehouse. Previously it is data warehouse. Now remember Azure Synapse. Then this is kind of the ecosystem we used for Azure Synapse. In Azure Synapse, the beauty of Azure Synapse, it is like an ADF. Everything, like every activity, copy activity, everything is available. Plus, it has an extra storage account. So that will help you to do and store. Once you've done the process, they're also attach a storage account. So we don't need to pay an extra storage account. So that is the beauty of the Synapse Analytics. So Power BI connection, machine learning connection, and ecosystem. So this is called Azure Synapse Analytics. Then data mart. Data mart is a single, like an maybe we need to store the data. We need to different kinds of item. Data mart, a small portion or subset of data is called a data mart. Then important, very important. Always ask this question because without knowing this one, we cannot design any kind of system. Okay, I will tell you two things: fact table and dimension table. If you get more idea, I am just giving here. Okay, so you are thinking about a company, not company. We are designing an e-commerce website, right? So coming to here, uh, this is a store. Okay, so I am giving like store. It's a store contains is a supermarket. Okay, not store, supermarket. Okay, so in the supermarket, every day 1,000 Almost. Okay, today 1,000 sales will happen. Okay. So they created one table to enter all the sales. So that is called this is order ID or sales ID. Okay, sales ID and the sales details and price. Okay, so one sales ID, price 100. So these kind of two, any other thing, Apple or anything 200. So this is kind of thing available because whatever we entered or whatever we sell in the particular company, everything will be entered. That means almost 1,000 sales, like 1,000 sales happen in the, for example, book. 1,000 record will be the book. So it will be price will be 1,000 or 2,000, 20,000. Okay, so these are the concept available in the here. So this is called a sales table. So this table we cannot predict. So this is we can call it as fact table because the data is increasing every day. We cannot predict which data will be available. So based on the input coming at the same day, we can update it. So this is increasing table, fact table. Then another table like the customer has new sales representative come into here. Then he given 10 books. Okay, newly launched 10 books. Okay, so there is an order. There is a product ID. Product ID table is there. Product ID and product price. Product name. Then product price. This is another price. Okay, this is another table. So product ID means newly, every book has book B01, B02, B03 up to B0, B10. Then name will be B, A line. Okay, B, no line. Okay, any other thing. Then price will be 20 IST in 20 rupees Indian. Then this will be 100. So these kind of only less amount of data we are entering. Okay, but here what will happen, lot of data will be entering, but here the products are very low because we already have some kind of, they are not frequently changing, the details are not frequently changing. So that is called, it is called as dim table. Okay, dim table because that is not frequently changing. We already know some kind of data will be there. So that is the main difference between fact and dim table. I will tell you again, fact table means, for example, sales. We don't know every day it will be happen 1 million, 10 million sales over Amazon or any other website. And here also books like book or their new product is launching, they added that will not 1 million or 10 million, that will be less than that, right? So that under that is the category is a dimension and a fact table. So this is also important. I will say for you, dim and fact. Okay, so fact table is a value has a attribute of the dimension table to contain quantitative information or denormalized form, basically contain the data need to be analyzed. The fact tables mostly have two columns. One is forging key because it is depend. For example, in the sales table is already depend to the order. So that is the reason foreign key also there. I will tell you. Then the fact table contain contains the value of data need to be analyzed, but the dimension table is a contains the dimension along with the values of attribute are taken, whatever I discussed, right? Then these tables are associated with the fact table throughout a foreign key. For example, consider this one. This is the order or sales table. So here customer ID, product ID, store ID, date ID, quantity, amount. So when you look at this product, so there is a product ID means new product. I already mentioned new product is launched. Product PK for primary key, then ID like name, description, price. So it will be joined to here like orders. Then here it is stores, customers, and dates. So this is called fact and dimension. I think you clear. Yes. Then coming into the next point, like slowly changing dimension, it is also very important interview question. SAD1, SAD2, SAD3. So the slowly changing dimension based on the data, based on the regularly the data is coming, we are converting into these categories. So the first one will be the type 0. Always retain the original, always retaining the original one. Type 1 means keep the latest, because whatever the data is coming, it will be overwritten whatever the data come yesterday, because it is only possible with a small table. Because when you have a new data is coming, then you can return. It is a less table, you can delete it, overwrite it, whatever the data, new data is coming. So that is, it is only for small table. Then the second one will be type 2. It is for loading lots of data. So keep the history of all the data and adding whatever the data is updated. Type 3, add a new attribute to store the changed value. Type 4 uses a separated history table to maintain. For example, if you need to load the history in the first time, you can use this one. Then the type 5 will be the combination of type 1, type 2, and type 3. So this is also, I will explain with you an example, because this is also important interview question in the, one time I got a question like, mm, how you implement SAD1 and SAD2 in the ADF. Okay, ADF. Then second time I got a question like how to implement SAD1 and SAD2 in Databricks. So that is the reason we need to explain, we need to know how it will be working in a programming. Okay. Then star schema. Coming into the star schema, you may know about, it is like when you have a, at the middle there is a schema, sales like system. Then based on that one at the top there is a kind of things are available like a star concept. Is a fundamental schema among the data mart and simplest form, widely used for data warehouse and a dimensional mart. For example, sales. So it is depend on time dimension, product dimension, EMB dimension, customer dimension, etc. Then the last one will be the snowflake schema, because we have multiple dependency, not a simple concept. So there's a, for example, here you can see like that time dimension, sales, it is focused on the customer dimension, city dimension, employee dimension, product dimension, product category, everything will be there. So that is called a snowflake schema. So star schema is important, but snowflake schema contains most charts like system. Then coming into the last part of our system, so this is very important. This is called a data warehouse design. Okay, I will tell you how you will design a data warehouse. Then we can wind up the session. That will be the first thing. Okay, coming to here. Sorry, yeah. So you can see like um, you can imagine Amazon website. So this is kind of a sales table. First one will be the sales table. So here data key, time, customer key, product key, promotion key, website key, everything will be available here. Okay. This key is a factor, because this table contains millions of data, because every millisecond the world's people are putting some orders in the Amazon. They will order it, maybe someone will receive it. So these kind of will be sales include. Then, so that is the reason sales is a fact table. We cannot predict how many data will be available. Then coming to here, date dimension. For example, calendar date, Julian date, days of week, number of day, number in a month, everything. Month, quarter, physical quarter, holiday flag, everything will be reason. Is it season, event, or something will be available in the date dimension table, because it is not frequently changing. Then time means when it will be ordered, like time 24, 12 a.m. indicator, hour of day, morning, lunchtime, afternoon. Based on the division, we can arrange in the time. Okay, time zone. Then next one will be the customer dimension. Customer dimension means customer full name, middle name, gender, everything like their education. That is not needed, but address, mobile number, everything will be available here, customer. So that was the reason when you log in this thing, when you log in the site, there is a login sign up. So based on this customer table, it is defined. Okay. Then coming into product dimension, product key, SKU number, SKU description, package size, color, everything will be under the product dimension. Okay. Then the products. So these are the dimension table available. So here also you can see like here is a connection, here is a connection. Then coming to here, there is also some connections available, right? In the dimension, data warehouse, fact, website dimension, advertising, navigation. So these are the keys are that is the reason foreign key is connecting to these kind of things. So for example, date key. Date key is coming from here. This is the foreign key coming from here, date key. This is the primary key. Next one will be the time key. So this is the time dimension. This is the foreign key. Based on this one, we can join, we can select the data. Okay, this is kind of a joining of a table with the join. So that is the reason I will export you everyone in the joins when we are comes into the SQL session. Without joins, we cannot move forward. So that is important. So this way we can design and we can set up. And once we complete our design, what we need to submit this architecture in front of the client. So they will need to verify it. They will give some correction. They will add some kind of field. They need to be like an need to add like a keys or something. So that time we can add. So this is kind of complete architecture we need to know. I think you clear. I will definitely share this PPT with you. This is kind of an e-commerce website. We need to do. I will give you in the design thing coming into design. I will train you different kinds of item with the different kinds of help item. Don't worry about it. Okay. So I think clear. So this is our day 5 data warehouse design. So we ready with this PPT. This is very helpful PPT. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, team. Thank you so much.